I just love that music. Good
I do
afternoon,
too.
beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla. This is Heather, my fellow crone, and a new Valerie crone joining us today
Thank you.
from Illumination Portal. You guys all know Miss Valerie. She's fabulous, and she's here to talk about the full moon, the new worm full moon,
Worm for me.
or
And
as
you,
I call it, the crow moon, because I
One of
prefer
many
that.
names, many,
what
many
a,
names.
About 10 or 12 different names for this
yeah,
particular.
it does. And the
All
worm, to me,
reasonable.
yeah, I know they all do, like, because they're from different cultures. But the
That's
worm
right.
is the first, I guess, sign of spring before actually spring gets here. All those,
Well, the interesting thing about it, I read about why it's not called the worm moon in the northern part of the United States is because when the not icebergs, what am I trying to say? The glaciers melted, they came down and killed, and the freezing came down to North America, the north part of America, and froze all the earthworms. So we only have earthworms in the southern part of the United States where the glaciers didn't kill them. And they were actually brought in by the Europeans.
wow.
Not they weren't here. They were brought in by the Europeans when they moved in. Just a
Wow.
little FYI I found when I was researching. I
Yeah,
thought that was
and
kind of interesting.
and
Yeah.
if you happen to go to some of the state, not the state, yeah, federal parks up in that area, you have to
Mhm.
make sure there are no worm eggs on your feet or anything,
Yeah.
because the first thing the worm eggs do, the worms, is they eat that layer of of the decomposed
The
leaves,
decomposing leaves and stuff like that.
which everything lives on
Yeah.
without the worms, and it keeps the moisture
Yeah.
and
It
the
had
ground.
adapted with this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it adapted to that. Now the worms will eat that up, and then whatever was trying to live on it can't anymore. So
Right.
they don't want
Isn't
them
that
around.
crazy?
I know it's fascinating. Mother Nature is just
I know,
fascinating.
right?
But we
Let me
need the
just say
worm
hi
too.
to Esther G and Juno. And yes, I caught a bit of your Ron show last night, Juno. That was great with you with there. That was good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
and we also caught the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, we did. We watched the Wizard of Oz one, but who was that with? Was that with Juno?
Yep.
Juno's. I thought that was somebody else. That was it. Okay.
Correct me
Too
if I'm
many.
wrong.
It's a lot. It's a lot to keep up, especially now.
I know.
Yeah.
We're getting to know so many of you.
Hi, Linda Day Gonzalez. Great to see you, and you and Esther G. And Linda, we haven't shipped out the
Okay.
prizes yet because we had a lot going on last week and couldn't get to the post office. Truly, it's been super busy around here. But I'm going to try to get to the post office this week.
Well, if it wasn't you, Juno, whoever's it was,
It was very
thank you.
interesting.
I gotta watch it now. Okay, the Wizard
yeah,
of
now you got to find it.
Yeah, that's the next thing. Oh
So,
goodness.
what does this worm moon have in store for us? Anything exciting? And
Well,
I know there's a lot of planetary stuff going on
yeah,
in March. Can you talk about that a little bit
yes,
too?
yes, absolutely. Okay, so we're on. Today is March 5th. The full moon in Virgo is on March 7th. March is a huge month. I've been waiting for a few years for this March. Now,
Really?
when I say that, it doesn't mean like everything that's I feel and see coming is going to happen in March. It's
Hmm.
going to take about a year or two to play out a lot of these things, especially societal concerns,
Yes. Yeah.
systems, yeah, stuff like that. But March is huge because we started March, which was really cool, with a Venus Jupiter conjunction, meaning
Hmm.
they're together, and they were in Aries. So Aries is our let's make a plan, let's do this, let's do that, and let's get it going. And it's kind of the precursor to the spring equinox.
Right.
But it's such beautiful energy. I don't think it happens again until 2047. 2047.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's an unusual conjunction. It does happen, but it's this would be the last time that they're together for that until then. But this energy will stay. It kind of like when something starts the month, I kind of see it permeating the rest of the month. Does that make sense? So the thing with that conjunction is that it also included Chiron, which is our deepest wound or our collective deepest wound. But with Venus and Jupiter there, it was giving us the ability to go in and heal it with love. You know,
Oh, wow.
not to take and, oh gosh, this is happening, you know, but to really get down to it. So that started, and that's going to go on probably a couple more days. They're starting to get away from each other, but the thing is with this Virgo full moon on the 7th, okay, because that was the 2nd and 3rd when Venus and Jupiter were conjunct. Virgo is one of his rulers is Chiron. It's Chiron and Mercury.
Oh, right.
So there's that healing theme again. It's saying, and with Virgo energy, you're going to know what needs to be healed. You're going to know what needs to be maybe even more attention put on it. Does that make sense? And
right.
And when we do that, we're going to have all this support from okay, I should have started, sorry, with the sun in Pisces.
Right.
In Pisces season, and that is just permeating the collective with downloads and especially the spiritual community, but it's hitting even more people this year, I think, because more people are open. They know that something, I don't know, they're feeling their heart more, maybe, you know,
right.
into their heart and their soul more. But so Pisces is giving us that boost, and he's given us the ability to connect to our psychic abilities, our empathic abilities, all the abilities we need to read the signs in the universe, right? Read the signs around us. So with Pisces there, and that's of course opposite of Virgo, this type of healing is coming in more through your intuition. It's coming into where, oh yeah, you know, something you might have kept putting to the side and just trying to ignore it. Well, it's not allowing you to ignore it anymore. We have to get in there and get it
taken care of.
Yeah, you know. And how do you clear it? You really just have to acknowledge it. Acknowledge it on some level, love
and let it go,
and release it. Yeah.
Yeah. Acknowledge and release.
So that's just excuse me, I'm sorry. Every time we go live, I do this. Anyway, okay. So this month also has, well, also on the 7th, the day of the full moon in Virgo, 55 minutes later, Saturn leaves Aquarius and goes into Pisces.
Oh, and so what does Saturn in Pisces do?
Yes, and Saturn Aquarius was giving us the ability to think outside the box, to create innovatively, right? So with Saturn, because Saturn wants us to find structure and get us into a new way of doing things, because he does control systems, but all the systems are changing and they're upgrading, right? So we can be more creative, use our psychic abilities and all that. Well, him going into Pisces is going to give us even more of that Pisces psychic abilities, connecting, going into your imagination and allowing that to come through. You know how I know you guys grew up when I grew up. If you were in your imagination too much, they yelled at you.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So it has over this time period been loosening up, but he's really going to do that for us because it's not so much that it's, oh, get to work, task after task after task. It's like, daydream about it. What is it you really want to create? What's your heart saying to you? Because Pisces is technically spirit, our connection to spirit, and our connection to our own heart.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, and it's just beautiful the way it's all starting. And on the 23rd, Pluto goes from Capricorn to Aquarius. Now, this is what I've been waiting for. This is it, because Pluto has been watching all the structures and systems
Falling
not
apart.
Yeah. Well, he's the one helping them fall apart
Yes.
because
Yes.
they're not in integrity, and
Yes.
they're not life affirming. They're not for the benefit of humanity. In fact, they're trying everything to suppress humanity.
Right.
So when he changes, now he's going to be there till 2044. Again, I don't think it's going to happen the moment he changes, but the moment he changed into Capricorn in 2008, the stock market dropped like 6,000 points, and it was a warning. Get your SHIT together, quit playing around with money and numbers, and be authentic. And they never did. They just kept capitalizing and profiting off of everybody else's misery that they were creating.
Yeah.
So Pluto's like, it's not going to fly anymore. So I'm curious to see what happens on the 23rd, but I don't know.
That's really interesting. And it's going to be there for how many years? Like 40 years? 20 years, 20-something years?
Yeah, 20 years, 2044. Well, 22 years, I guess. Well, 21. But before that, the day before that, we have the sun changing signs from Pisces to Aries. So it's officially spring. It's officially the new year. That's how I look at it.
Right.
The next day, we have spring equinox. And at that time, somewhere in those 2 days, I'm not sure the exact time, we have the Aries new moon. The first one, we're going to have two, and the second one is going to be an eclipse. And that's pretty much going to show us the systems that are being pointed at to be restructured.
Right.
And the restructuring is going on as the destruction is happening.
Sure.
Sure. There's a lot of brilliant people, heart-centered, soul-centered people that want the best for humanity, like our beautiful group of souls wants,
Yep.
And then...
Wow, there's a lot coming up.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even... The 25th, Mars finally leaves Gemini. He's been in Gemini 7 months. And he retrograded. He doesn't like being a Gemini because Gemini has all the ideas, but which one is the best one? And how should I do it? And when will I? And Mars is like, let's just do something.
That's so true.
Yeah. But he's going to go into Cancer. So look, we have Saturn and Pisces, a water sign. Very spiritual, very I say
love
connection. Yeah. And then Cancer, very emotional, but loving and caring, and wants to see the best for humanity, wants to... I always look at the big picture from the spiritual end. There's a lot that don't want this. And then Pluto in Aquarius, which is innovative and thinks outside the box and is known for being a humanitarian. So that's why I'm put all of that together. I say, well, and then with Aries and Aries new moon going in there, it is a fresh start into how do we create this humanitarian world that everyone benefits from. Now we're at the baby steps, baby stages, but
baby steps for sure.
But look, all these people here and us and people with channels and all this stuff, this is
I know it's growing all the time.
Yeah.
This community has helped grow so much.
It's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. It really is. I want to see. I know I have so much stuff written down. Let me just see if I'm okay. Saturn.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
What are your guides giving you any information about what Pluto's going to be up to? Good.
Yeah, they're saying it is. Okay, so he was in Pluto was in Capricorn for 18 years. Prior to that, he was, was going through all the signs and everything, building up to this. We are where we're at today. Look at student loans, look at the housing market, look at all these things that they're literally preying upon people off of the working people's backs,
Right.
The middle class pays more taxes than the wealthy. So all of these things are going to be tweaked and restructured. You can't, the weight on the...
It's not sustainable in the light that's hitting the planet right now.
Right. And the weight of all that on the backs of the middle class and the poor it's breaking them. It's breaking them. And we just went through a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic. And the only thing they could do is think about how to profit off of people. That's, and the media is going to be restructured because
hallelujah.
It's not telling the truth. They're out here playing both sides against each other to keep the division among us to where we are hating each other or fighting with each other, or instead of looking at who's really responsible, even though most of us already know, and corporations.
At least in these communities.
Yeah. I can't remember when the Supreme Court said corporations are people. That is going to be overturned.
That has to be overturned.
Yeah, it has to. It's ridiculous because I paid more taxes in 2020 than Donald Trump paid. How's that even possible?
It's insane.
So it's insane. Yeah. And I'm not the only one this is happening to everybody. Education needs restructured. I mean, they're trying to take books away, for goodness sake.
Germany again.
Yeah, we're headed back towards Germany, but it's not going to happen. No. There's too much love and light out there right now. This is the last gasp of these people, these elites. They're all going down because they can't sustain themselves in the light, and the light is getting too bright and overwhelming for those lower vibrations.
Showing up too much stuff.
That's right? It's exactly right, and that's what I'm shown. And it's
okay. That's what I'm being shown.
Yeah. In fact, the more light that permeates here and onto those structures and systems and nefarious structures and systems. The more they're really going to
implode,
dissipate. Yeah, that's what I just heard.
I heard implode. Yeah,
I love it because it needs to. I'm sick of watching the structures and systems abuse people. Look at the medical industry. It's terrible.
Oh, believe me, we're familiar with that recently.
Yeah. And it's
the obtuseness of it all.
Yeah. So they're all going to work together. Asteroids, we're going to do. I think we're going to do an asteroid show one day soon, and we're going.
Love that.
All these energies, and they're the female goddesses. They are done. They're bringing back the divine feminine.
They are definitely bringing in the divine feminine. It's bringing it in to balance out the.
Yes.
Divine masculine.
Yeah, not in a destructive way, not at all.
No, it's to balance it all out. So there's equality and compassion and people working together.
Yeah, heart-led.
All led from the heart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's time. It's time to change. Just since, if you think about it, the early 1900s in the industrial age, and here we are in the early 2000s, and just what the corporations and systems have done to people. I mean, we literally have to fight for workers' rights to get paid sick time off for the railroad workers that still don't have it, as far as I know. But
All
it,
that insanity's got to come to an end, but
yeah,
it has to reach a point where people are ready to say no more,
right,
and it's finally getting there. Thank you,
right.
Pluto.
Yes, thank you, Pluto. And I think something is going to trigger that, and on the global scale. I'm not sure what I'm getting there. I just keep hearing that something's going to bring the people together. Like the division is going to not
Collapse
be.
completely.
Yeah.
It's going to disappear.
Do you feel it too?
Yeah, but I feel like it's a world event.
I do too. That's what I'm saying. It's global, and it
And I
brings.
have a feeling it's a burst from the sun,
Mm,
like a mega EMF. I don't know that it's a killer one, but I think it's going to be.
gonna be strong. Yeah, I track the sun, and I keep thinking that might be one of the reasons that I haven't got to. I haven't received the information, even though I asked, because I said it's something worse than the pandemic. But before they answered yes, they said, but it will bring everyone together. So this little, maybe not so little, bump in the road is
Mhm,
what we need, so we come together and
mhm,
we see what's actually been going on around us with our tax money, with our social security, with all of it,
mhm, and
all.
all of it. Mhm.
Mhm. But wasn't it the sun? Was it yesterday, or maybe it was the night before? There was an X-class solar flare shot off the sun, and it wasn't Earth directed, but it still,
Doesn't have to be.
yeah, it still hit our magnetosphere, and you could feel when they come in.
Oh, we had all kinds of little computer glitches yesterday and the
Hmm.
day before.
Yeah,
I figured it was something I hadn't watched to see what was happening to the sun, but I knew it was going on. Yeah,
it's so,
because we lose electronics when we're doing this,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that we have issues on those days when we have those flares,
yeah,
or like the day after the flare.
yep,
Right.
Because even if they're not directed to us, it like you said, it affects the magnetosphere, and the ones that they're not always going to be directed away from us.
right,
One of these days.
right, exactly. And look, and it's going to show where say, our electrical grid and grids and stuff are
Mhm.
where they're weak. And
Well, I got that it was going to hit over, was it Russia, China, like a Russia China border sort of thing.
mhm,
It's possible.
Oh, years
In
ago.
that area.
Yeah, somewhere
years
in that
ago.
area. So I don't know exactly. We looked at a map and then now I don't remember.
Mm-mm.
you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to go through the map, because I do that with my pendulum every now and then to see, what's going on. But every country is having something going on
Oh, yeah.
where
Mm-hmm.
they're struggling on some level, and it's
Mhm.
the people that are struggling, not the people at the top, not so and I know the majority of us already know this, but it's like, how do we get together and make a stand, especially people who have to work all the time and childcare, and they're worried about their basic needs. It's not like
Mhm.
they can go out and.
Well, do you have anything coming up that's going to help with that?
Well,
What are
yeah,
the stars telling us?
yeah,
Besides,
all this energy, right? All these planets moving, these big movements, because let's face
they're
it,
huge movements. How many planets are changing signs long term?
Mars, Pluto, and Saturn long term, 3 years for Saturn, and 20 something years for Pluto.
Right.
But
Those are going to be major changes.
yeah, and it's going to show us. It's going to show us that where these areas are going to be focused upon to create a better, to restructure it into a better way for everybody.
Mhm.
But with we already have Jupiter and Venus in Aries, so they're kind of starting the ball running, right? Rolling. I mean, with Chiron there. Now, the reason why Chiron is so important because look, all of that abuse from corporations and government has really hurt a lot of people. I mean, that's a deep wound for people. Some people, lifelong poverty or generational poverty, you
Mhm.
know, it could be anything, but it's usually something with Chiron that is deeply affecting you. So when I look at someone's chart, right, I always look at their Chiron and see what's going on with that first.
Right.
Pretty much, it's the first thing they show me. Look at the Chiron, because once I know the wound and see where you're at on your healing journey of that wound, then the rest of the chart makes sense to me. But if
Right.
you didn't even know that you had a wound, I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to know about Chiron, but if you're actively working on an emotional, mental, physical, spiritual wound.
Mhm.
At least we do here. And with that starting, right, and then the spring equinox will be Aries season, and that new moon will be Aries. Mercury is in Pisces right now until the 19th. So he's given us the information we need on the spiritual level. Again, the intuition, the downloads, the very sweet, compassionate energy on how to move forward. He's given us the ideas because Mercury gives us the ideas and gives us the plan and gives us the way to move forward, right?
Right.
So he's changing one day before the sun changes into Aries. So then it'll be everybody in Aries, pretty much. All the outer planets. Where Mars will be in Cancer, Neptune's in Pisces, and is going to be there a while. So he's helping us. He's helping us when we connect to our hearts, to connect to spirit on the higher
Right.
levels. And Uranus is in Taurus. So Uranus is helping us create everything that we restructure and create everything that we know would help people and pull people up out of these horrible, abusive,
Mhm.
situations they're in. And he rules Aquarius. So he's in Taurus, Uranus, but he's thinking outside the box. How can we create a better way for everybody? Better way. And it's going to get done because he's in Taurus, and Taurus is an earth sign, and it's how do we do it? But we're getting all the information from all the other planets to help.
So interesting how all these planets are moving in a positive direction and moving away from the old into something totally new. I mean, it's everywhere around us. Everywhere you look, you have validation that things are absolutely changing. This isn't some new age woo woo nonsense. Everything is changing. I
It
love it.
really is. And that's that when I started, because I always liked astrology, but I was during my spiritual awakening back when I was like, well, my ego, my mind was like, how do I make this? How do I make this not sound woo woo? How do I make this, sound like it's something? Because I was just kept thinking if everyone knew that they connect to their heart, they'll raise their vibration, things will be easier. But everybody would look at me like, are you nuts?
Yes, we know.
Yes,
We still have family members that look at us like we're nuts. It's okay.
So astrology helped me to see and to track, and they help me with it. This is going this way because of this. This is, and I try to make it I try not to use astrological terms and make it confusing and say all the geometry and stuff. And, but I'm not even near a master astrologer. I work on it every day, just to, I'm guided constantly. They just said, but I love
Yeah.
it. I love it,
Yeah.
and I love seeing the evidence of what we're all going through on coming from our solar system.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
It really
it's fascinating. Thank you so much for bringing information like that to us. I love learning about it.
I do too. I mean, there's so much more. I don't know if you want me to go on.
Keep on.
Mars right now.
It's only 3:30. You got plenty of time to keep on keeping on, girl.
Mars right now is in the.
And don't forget that one thing that you wanted to do too. I don't know when the appropriate time is, but don't forget that either.
Yes. Do we want to do it like towards the end? Do you think that would be?
Yeah, let's do that. You want to tell everybody what we're going to do?
Yeah, we're going to, I was doing this grounding this morning, like I do every morning for, to start my day, connecting to the higher self. And they showed me a way to go through. We're going to breathe in gold light down to Mother Earth, to our higher self, and see like a figure 8 infinity symbol a few times. And then you're going to hold your breath and you're going to be full of gold light, and you're going to just burst it out of your chakras. Like, and it's going to help us clear any blocks and any stagnant energy.
That's going to be great. So we're going to do that kind of towards the end of the show. So I hope you guys will all join us in that too.
Yeah, it's really quick, but I'm going to explain it. I wrote it all out so I can
perfect
give you a visual. So anytime you want to do something like that, or you feel stuck, you could just do this real quick.
Well, it's kind of interesting that when I meditate, I always ground Mother Earth and up to Father Sky, and I have it running through my chakras. I hadn't seen it as a figure 8, but that's actually what it is.
Yeah.
I just run that constantly when I'm meditating. That's just how I ground myself, as well as connect to source.
And that's fascinating. I know I was shown the figure 8 thing a few years ago, where figure 8, like say you want to connect your root chakra to your throat chakra. So you did a figure 8. Keep that energy through it. Say you want to go from your
I just was looping it through.
Yeah.
Coming down, going up, and looping it through my heart center. So it's very similar. So, but I like the figure 8. I like using that infinity symbol.
And that's the thing. Like this Pisces season and all this Pisces energy that we got with the Sun and Mercury, that's bringing us these ideas, these quick, simple things. Like, my guides would always say to me, it's not, you don't have to do a ceremony to connect to us. You don't have to do anything but ask and be open, have your heart open. I
used to hate ceremony and rituals, and I get that it's to help you focus your intention is really what rituals are about. But I'm so ADD, I suck at them. So I've just learned to do my own thing, and there are some things that we do ritualistic, like when we sage. We have certain things that we say, but I'm kind of a minimalist.
Yeah. That's what let's
get to the point.
Let's get to the point. Let's clear this. But I would feel back then, not meditating right, because I can't, my mind won't start moving and I can't sit down. And that's when I got into mindful meditation. But they would show me all these little easy tips and tricks, just connect, just come in, ask the question. We'll give you the answer. And you all know the answer can come anywhere, from a butterfly, from a song, from anything, It's just, it's so awesome. It is just so awesome. But
okay,
the only hard thing we really have.
What I'm seeing is they all like the idea.
Okay, they all like the idea.
Oh, awesome.
I smudge with lavender in our house. I smudge with it outside. I have it growing outside, but Heather's allergic.
One of the bigger allergies.
Yeah, so I can't have lavender really anywhere around her. I have it in my shower. Lavender and eucalyptus, and sometimes rose, drops on the floor to steam. But
I love rose. It does clear immediately too. And smelling a rose gets you right there in a whole
it's
different.
one of the highest vibration oils, essential
Really?
oils. In fact, I think it is the highest vibration oil.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
the
know that.
vibration of love. If I'm
Mm,
not correct, I mean, if I'm correct, it's the frequency of love.
it's
So no wonder everybody loves roses, or that it's given for love. I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
I know. It's hard to get the ones that smell good though anymore. Like,
No, they're all fake and don't have
Yeah.
any smell at all. Sad, because
Yeah.
really roses smell so delicious, so
I
lovely.
love them. I have a
They
rose.
haven't been messed with.
Juno says she's allergic to roses.
Oh,
You're allergic to roses too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't buy any. I saw some yesterday at Home Depot. I almost bought
Oh,
some.
well, if they're,
But all I
the
can think
real
of is-
thing, that's fine. But when they're messed with all these other chemicals and things, then I can't have them around me.
Well, I can't have any chemical
If they're
smells.
straight off the bush and where the bush is,
right.
That's different.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
that I can
decided
handle.
mildew would be a problem here because of our humidity. So
That's true.
I don't think they'll grow down here. So I didn't buy any.
It's hard to get roses to grow here, and I'm in Virginia. I struggle, but I have a rose bush and determined to come back every year, and it does. It's one of the ones that smell really good. It's a friend
lovely.
of mine gave me like a piece of one from his grandmother's 100-year-old rose bush.
How neat. Yeah, the old ones, they have the best smells. They're not
And
manipulated genetically.
right. It's see, this is part of the restructure. Even that, like genetically modified stuff that is
Scares me to death.
right.
Yeah.
It is.
Scares me absolutely to death.
Mm.
I don't want anything that's been genetically modified.
Yeah.
Even that fake meat
Yeah.
fake meat scares me. It's like if I don't want to eat meat, then I don't want what I eat to look like meat. And I don't want it to look bloody. You know what I mean?
I think it's
I don't
a
get it.
bizarre thing. It's bizarre.
Well, we've actually started planting stuff in our yard instead of just pretty things. We have a mango tree.
Functional things.
We have things that we can eat. An avocado tree. I noticed had tons of blooms on it yesterday.
Bananas.
Grapefruit. We got 4 different types of bananas.
Papaya.
Oh,
Mango.
that's going to be so cool.
There's so much you can't eat it all, but what we do is we put a basket out by the gate and give free fruit away.
Oh, that's so
People
cool.
can stop in there. A lot of people do that down here.
And that's exactly what the new earth is like, right?
Yeah.
Right there, what you said.
We're trying to do our part.
Yeah. And it's us. It starts with each one of us doing our
Absolutely
own little
does.
because the more that consumers say no, we don't want anything genetically modified. No, we don't want any of this. It's going to go away eventually. Oh yeah,
It is a fruit salad of a yard. That's cute.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cute.
That's cute. I wish I could grow fruit here like that. Yeah, we're going to need victory gardens. You're right, Hypnicity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important. And with
Ooh, I love her logo. I hadn't seen that before. Hypnosis. Is that a new one? That is lovely. Third eye, blazing.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, I couldn't see it.
Well, it's showing on a huge TV in my room.
Oh,
we're being videoed on. We have this huge screen in front of us. It's half the size of the room. It's like what, a 56-inch or something like that. So we can see. So we can see the chat and all of that because I can't see it on a computer.
Yeah, challenging. And see things like that, even vision. Like there's new technologies to come in to help us with so many of what limits us. I mean, come on, not being able to see is very limiting. If you can't.
So is hearing.
Yeah, and I think there's all this new technology, and that's again Aquarius, right? Bringing in innovations. The only thing we have right now that's challenging is that Mars in Gemini is at the exact degree it was in the United States first birth chart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the
So,
birth chart.
because we had
So
Pluto.
that's revolution. That's part of the revolution energy.
Mhm.
And maybe
And
it's because there's so much Aquarius, it's an intellectual revolution as opposed to physical.
Now, see, that's what I'm saying, because the Aquarius, the Aquarius is bringing in the new ideas, right?
Yeah.
Then Pisces comes after Aquarius and brings it to make it where it's heart-centered and it's life affirming. Yeah. And that's the cool part. And then, so we get all that, right? We get all this energy and these downloads and this information all month. And then when spring starts, boom, you'll have an idea on which way, especially individually, we're going to know what it is we should be doing. But then we'll see the ideas out in the world. What's changing? Where are we headed?
Right.
And more people are into they want to be heart centered and with their essential oils and their crystals and their, just be peace and let everybody live in peace and harmony. What's so hard about that? So
I don't know. I don't understand why it's so hard
but
to
it's
live
not
harmony.
even us, though. It's those above us, whatever the powers that I call them, the powers that were now, because they're not going to be here much longer. But they've instilled in us, oh, you got to go to war and fight with each other and hate, and,
Yeah. Division, and fear. Fear. Everything's about the fear.
Thank you.
That person's better than you. That person makes more money than you. That person's prettier. That person's skinnier. That person, blah, blah, woof.
My folks would call it keeping up with the Joneses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can remember, I don't know about growing up in your time, but my parents worrying about what the neighbors would think.
That's keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. What will the neighbors think?
What would the neighbors think?
Yeah. I used to look at that and hear statements like that and go, wow. Even as a kid, I can remember going.
It just didn't register. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah. And who says that you have to be a size 0? Who, that's ridiculous too. We're all different shapes.
The media.
Colors.
Media. Corporations.
Right. Yep. Because they want to sell us something.
You can't trust for shit.
Right. And then people run out and get, not saying there's anything wrong with plastic surgery, but No,
the fact, I think there's a time and a place for plastic surgery. Mm-hmm. But if you think that you're ugly and that you need that, maybe you need to look inside first and realize that you're not. It's just somebody out there telling you
look at it from a different angle.
Try to look at it from a bit different perspective. I mean, there are certainly times when it's necessary, but just for getting old, no, thank you. I'm not interested.
Well, I'm so glad you said that, because it is. We're never told. Have you heard anywhere in the external world, mainstream media, that to love yourself, to care for yourself, to accept yourself? You never hear that. That's the last thing they want to tell you, so.
No, because you won't buy their beauty products or whatever.
Right.
Crap they're selling.
Right. So that's going to change. I see it all, like on every.
I love that.
Just changing. And, where were we? We are on, I think we're on the, 6. We have 6 full moons at 16 degrees. We're going to have the 7th
6 of them.
7.
Wow.
Actually,
7 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And haven't we already had 2 or 3?
We're on the 6th one. We have one more to go.
Okay. One more to go.
Going on, right? Think about this. This is 7 degrees, 16, 6 and 1 equals 7. This never happens. I haven't researched it, but I don't know the last time 7 full moons in a row were the same degree. And
I've never heard of it.
And the new moons have been 1 degree for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be 6 months. It'll be 6. So they went 6. The full moons went 7. Everything changes.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well,
numerology 7?
Yeah. So spiritual. It's consciousness. It's now there's different definitions for everything. Sure. 7's a day of the week, is Saturday, or Saturday is what? Well, that's this That's the 7th day or the 6th day? Oh, Lord.
It's the 7th.
7th. So see,
well, depending on what day you start.
right. So that's subject to change, and I'm not going that way because I didn't write that down. But each of these full moons have it's telling us spirit is here. Connect to spirit. Connect to your heart. The crazy thing about this one, I think only December and March, is that it was on the 7th. It's going to be March 7th. So 7 degrees on the 7th. And then check
Wow.
this out. Mercury is going to be at 7 degrees in Pisces. So we're going to have all this 7 energy, right? And 2023 is a 7.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. So all that is connected, pointing to listen to what Mercury in Pisces is saying, because he's talking in spiritual, he's talking to us spiritually with compassion, with ideas. He's bringing in downloads and things like that. Virgo moon is going to say, okay, because Virgo wants to do things. It's an earth sign. So I'm listening to Mercury going, now I've got to put this into action, into planning, right?
Mhm.
This is what Mercury's saying is a good idea. Like do a detox, maybe a day or 2 detox. Find out what that wound is. Help Chiron. And I think Chiron's at 16 degrees too. So that's a 7. I mean, you can't,
Wow.
it's crazy. And, well, no, he can't be. It's at 13, I think. Sorry. But he's so powerful. He's there and he wants us to heal. He wants to assist us in healing.
Mhm.
So with Virgo wants to become, I have this vision. I want to, Mercury's helping me make this with ideas, and
Mhm.
Jupiter and Venus is there, it highlighting my love because it's what I love from my heart. So it's highlighting. Jupiter's like making that really big and standing out, right? So you really want to go for that. You want to go for what your heart is saying your big dream is. And Virgo moon will help us become it. But look, the last full moon was Leo. That was getting our heart involved, right? So this is getting our Virgos are very spiritual people. I always call them earth angels. All signs have their lower vibration, higher vibration, no
Right.
judgment. But lower vibrating Virgo can be really hard on themselves and others. They want perfection, they want details and everything organized. And why didn't you do this? Well, higher vibration, we know we're doing that ourselves, but we're not harsh on ourselves. It's
Right.
more from a loving
I'm
standpoint.
quite familiar with the lower vibration Virgos. I have yet to meet a high vibration Virgo.
They're tough.
No, actually, I do know one. You're
What?
right. I know one.
Isn't that funny though? Because when you notice the signs around you, the people
Mhm.
and their signs, and you notice the energy that you naturally resonate with,
Right.
and you notice, well, wow, there's no Virgos here, or wow, there's no Cancers here. I wonder what that's about. So I've done that too. Go in and you're just like,
Mhm.
But this next new moon, the first one, is going to be 0 degree. Okay, so that's going to be 0 degree Aries. Then the second new moon, that's on April 6th. The second new moon will be on April 20th. It'll be 29 degrees. Now that's the critical degree, 0 and 29. So it's
Right.
telling us in Aries that something new is starting. Something is going to, we're creating something. We're like the seed is planted.
Right.
Especially on these new moons, it's about planting seeds and stuff.
Mhm.
For it to go from 0 to 29 degrees.
You lost us. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, but you're still on. So
You're still on, so hang on.
Okay, so for us going from 0 to 29 degrees in 14 days is head spinning. It's going to change. Something there is going to change.
Will the other one work, baby?
Just a minute, let me see.
Important story.
We'll be there in just a second. I think I have to change cameras.
You got it. So that 29, the second one, the second new moon is also an eclipse. This is really showing us what it is we need to let go of to finally, once and for all, be free from something.
Battery.
So this Virgo full moon wants us to really look deep inside of us, get these things cleared out, let Chiron help you clear it so you can move forward without all this drag on us. And that's when the meditation this morning came through, and they were telling me to bring this to you all. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Let me see what's happening here.
It's okay. I'll just keep talking. Is that okay? You want me
Just keep talking. Everybody can enjoy the show of us trying to get this thing worked out.
and Virgo and Chiron, okay, again, Chiron rules Virgo. He wants us to reflect, to be open to new ways of doing things. To, a lot of times we have this vision or this thing in our heart we want to get or get to, but our mind and our ego are saying, no, it won't let you see past this barrier. Well, if you take a minute and go, what is past the barrier? How I can get there. If I can visualize it, I can create it. I can put my heart and soul in it. What did you say, Heather?
We're almost there.
Oh, I thought Heather said something. I'm sorry.
She's laughing because we're...
Can
you see us?
Yes.
Okay, that's different, but the battery went out on the camera.
Oh,
that's okay.
I always have everything plugged in all the time.
It is. It is. There's something wrong that's in one of the pieces. So it's okay.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I can fix it. I'll get a new one. I've got it plugged in now.
I used to unplug everything, and my son said, "What are you doing? You got to have everything plugged into the surge protector so you don't lose things."
It's true. It's true.
Thank God for the younger ones. Their tech support. Thank God.
Yeah.
So again, this Virgo moon is healing, loving, nurturing, spiritually nurturing, and physically nurturing. So
nice.
So the Virgo's coming in behind Leo. Leo was all about the heart, right? And connecting to that. But Virgo takes it a step further, takes the spirit, the heart, along with the physical. So now let's integrate them, right? And let's get yourself healthy, mind, body, soul. And that's a big thing with Virgo rules healing. And, they might be a little bit controlling, some of them, but, a higher vibrating Virgo really uses nature to heal, like roses, just like we were talking a minute ago. Just that smell for a second will put you in a whole new space. Like in a second. It's really cool. Let's see what else I got here. Okay, Jupiter and Venus are magnifying our I can't even read my own writing. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this.
Oh, okay.
This is what we've probably been feeling most of February. I know a lot of people had a tough February, and
yeah, we did, didn't we? Pretty tough February.
Yeah, February was no fun, but it's kind of the end of the road for the irritating, frustrating parts of our lives, because
hallelujah,
it was getting us into that. Well, the Leo full moon to help, get us to our heart. But Saturn went 29 degrees Aquarius, I want to say 2 weeks ago. Pluto's been 29 degrees Capricorn for about a month. Now, those two, Saturn and Pluto at 29 degrees, which is critical degree, critical. And if you to even pull it through further, 29 equals 11, and Chiron rules that. Virgo rules it. This is no joke. It is about getting real with yourself and finally freeing yourself. Whatever is holding you back or down or is restricting you in any way, or chaining you, or it could be anything, they're there together now. Saturn changes sign at the day of the full moon, and which is early morning on Tuesday. And about an hour later, that's Eastern time. About an hour later, Saturn goes into Pisces.
Right.
We're going to really feel that. We're going to feel that change, because that 29 degrees to 0 Pisces is going to feel like
relief.
Yeah, like you can breathe, But don't think you're done, because Pluto's still in that 29 degrees until the 23rd of March. So he's assisting. Remove these things. Keep going, encouraging us. Keep going. You can stand and be in your full light and love, in integrity, and it's okay.
Right.
A lot of us, we were never taught that was okay to be that way. I can almost cry from it, because
take a breath. I totally get it. Take a breath.
It's so sad to see people being held back, and I was one of them. Not, I'm not totally healed and all that even now, but
none of us are.
Yeah, but I can stand in my energy and be integrity, be loving and kind and compassionate, and not care if someone likes that or not. Where
yes,
I know a lot of people can't. And that's what it is that these 29 degrees are saying. Let it go. Let yourself
be who you are.
Yeah. It is okay. It's more than okay. In fact, it's so needed right now that we are authentically who we are from our heart and our soul, for everything to raise up in that vibration. Does that make sense?
Yes.
A lot.
It is a lot. Hey, let's clear our chakras.
Yeah,
I can hardly see you, Heather. I'm sorry, the TV's just...
It's okay, I'm here. I got my lungs on.
That's a good time.
It'll hold me up here.
Yeah, let's do it here.
Okay.
Get rid of some of that heaviness.
Yeah. And I'm going to be back with Crone Zone on the next full moon. I'm just going to bring it up real quick. I don't have it, so never mind. It's in April somewhere.
Oh
no, it's April 6th. Sorry.
I was going to say, it's on the calendar.
So April 6th, and where'd that 0 degree go? March new moon in Aries. I'm sorry, it was 21 degrees. Let me retract, because I said 6. I was looking at the wrong line. So that's the first new moon in Aries, is 21st. The second one is April 20th. That is the one that is going to be pretty intense, because it's an eclipse.
Right.
But we have the full moon in Libra on April 6th. So we'll be here, and I'll go over all that, because we'll probably have a lot to talk about by the time that happens.
Yeah. By the end of March, there should be some changes.
Yes. And I call Virgos the cosmic cleanup crew. I forgot to say that, because they really are. They want things to be good for everybody, Sometimes can go a little too far. Okay, so first let me explain. I'm going to go through this breathing thing, but I'm going to add 2 more.
We're going to do this breathing exercise. So if you want to join us, feel free.
Yes, please. I'm just going to say a couple of things real quick. We have the
And
cause.
then also, anybody who doesn't want to join, or whether you do, it kind of looks like, from what I've been keeping track of, there are a few out there who really need our prayers and help medically. So please send out all your prayers and help to everybody in the chat who needs it. There are a number of us, of them.
Do you want
And
to go
include
through that
those.
real quick? Doesn't Kat's sister? She's really.
We
Didn't
have,
she just have surgery? I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. She had something on her lungs.
And
And then Hypnicity says her husband is living with a collapsed lung.
yeah.
Wow.
I
Was
didn't
there
know that
somebody
was
else?
possible.
And also Juno's losing sight, and I think it was her left eye.
Mm.
Let's see.
My brother
There were several up north. Let's see if we can find them.
North, I love that.
Up north, yeah.
My brother was in a horrible motorcycle accident. He got T-boned. Somebody ran a red light on
no. When did that happen?
Thursday night.
And doesn't Cats?
Is he okay?
All his bones are broken. He's gonna be okay, and I'm so grateful. But he's got broken wrists, arms, legs, both of them, and a broken pelvis.
Doesn't Cat's sisters needs
We already got
everything?
that one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're sending out healing light surrounding everybody that's having any health issues in our chat room, surrounding them with unconditional love and healing light, divine healing light, and prayers that whatever affects you is going to be healed and full recovery. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
To the highest.
Okay, let's
do
this and see what we can do to help with it.
Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to go through a couple of things with chakras because I'm adding a couple. We have a causal chakra, and that's where I feel like we get it's open like a flower, but from our higher selves. And they pour that energy through the causal chakra, through the soul star, and then the crown. We got the third eye. We got the throat, but behind the throat is called Alta Major. And that you can feel it, like you can feel, ask your higher self or your team to unplug it and feel it with gold light. You can do that anytime because we get stuck, when your neck's tight and things like that. That's that. We have the high heart. We have the heart. We have the solar plexus. We have a navel, where your belly button is a navel chakra. Right below that is the sacral chakra. And then we have the root chakra, and the earth star is up at the bottom of our feet, under our feet. So when I was doing this morning, I was taking in 3 deep breaths, and I see my higher self pouring that gold, sparkly, translucent love light because it's healing too. That's why I use gold. But you can use any color you want, whatever resonates with you. It doesn't have to be gold.
Right.
Taking those deep breaths, whatever color that is. And you can see this, you can do this for people who are sick. Like I'm doing it for my brother who can't really do anything right now, right? But so you go, let me see what I wrote down. See, okay, so it's coming down vertically. First you take those deep breaths, see the energy, that gold sparkly light or whatever it is you're using, fill up in your entire body. Let it come out through your hands and your feet. And then you breathe the light into your heart. And I create this bubble around me of that gold, sparkly, translucent light. I'm putting everybody in my bubble here. Breathing it. Kind of covers our teams, cover us like a blanket in that. So we're filling up with the light. Take like 3 deep breaths. You see it running down into Mother Earth and coming back up to your higher self. like in a figure 8, infinity symbol. Just see it looping. And you take one big deep breath and you hold your breath for a second. And you're focused on all your chakras. So when you let go of that breath, you kind of like burst it out of you. Burst that gold light out of all of those chakras. Down into Mother Earth. They'll keep pouring down the energy.
Wow, that makes you dizzy.
Yeah. But it'll release those blocks and those little niggly things that we can't quite label, but we know that
Feels
they're
good.
there. Doesn't that? Because once you have what they explained to me earlier, once you have your energy column running free, in that figure 8, and you clear out those chakras, now is the time you create. Now you add to your cup, right? You add to your heart what it is that you want to create. I want to be more loving. I want to be more compassionate, whatever it is. Now you can really pull that into you. I see running energy. Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, because you're running the energy vertically, but the chakras are more horizontal. So you just push it out of each one of them in a blast, like just when you let go of that breath. Keep flowing. Let the energy just keep flowing, and you can do this at any moment, anytime you feel like you need to re-stabilize yourself, your energy, anytime.
Makes sense.
Did that help?
Yes, it actually feels quite good. It was very powerful.
It was so cool when
I
I did
used
it.
to use that method to get rid of psychic attacks.
Yes.
Basically, I would fill my heart full of white light, just feel that unconditional love, and then I would just blast it out, and they disappeared, transmuted by the light.
And you're right to use white light for that, because psychic attacks and they don't like unconditional love. They don't like
it at all.
No, it actually burns them and dissipates them. So if you ever feel something on you, use the white light. But I don't use the white light except for.
Yeah, that was really the only difference, using the golden light for this, but the white light to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I used golden this time.
Yeah. And the golden light, it's just healing and loving, right? And it does it. I mean, the golden light would push them away too, but the white light really gets them off you, way away.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful, oil painter. Now, it was so invigorating. I saw a golden cord shaped as a heart filled with golden argonite sparkles.
Oh,
cool.
I love her imagination. She sees it like so vividly.
She really does.
So cool. Hi, Viola.
Hi, everybody that we didn't get to speak to earlier. Viola, haven't seen you in a while. Lovely to see you. And Lise Niedermeyer, great to see you. Dozen Cats, thanks for being here. I know you had to run, but that's great. We appreciate you being here. Wow. What information, terrific information. Is there something to sum it up?
Yeah, I kind of did. I put, okay, Virgo loves growth, greater service, practical is grounded, details, efficiency. Virgo loves using nature's abundance, crystals, herbs, essential.
Oh yeah, don't forget to put your crystals out.
Yeah, for the full moon. Virgo likes to, kind of organized and is a healer. Virgos are the earth angels, and they are healers. Heart-centered Virgo, and this is with any sign. All signs have their ups and downs. But this is the build up to the rest of the month. Virgos ask us, what is holding us back? What needs cleared? What's stuck? What needs healed? Remember, Virgo's an earth sign, so you want to actually do something. You want to do something, even if you do that little meditation again. Anything to help you lighten your load. And
dig in the dirt, go play in the dirt, go smell a flower.
Yes.
Take a walk in the woods.
Yes.
Or the desert.
Because once you do that, right? Once you clear out room, that's when you get more downloads from spirit. True. That's when you get more information and more of what are my skills.
Yeah, it's kind of like cleaning out your closet. Yeah. You get cleaning out your brain closet, your emotional closet, your spirit closet.
It's true.
I like that.
Brain closet. You really are. And then that Saturn in Pisces is a spiritual imagination, right? Increases our psychic abilities and that sense of an intimate connection for the collective, for all life around us, and compassion for all life. And will again give us more downloads and stuff, and you'll feel more connected to spirit and our higher selves and our guides and our teams.
Right.
And I'm trying to think what else going on that day. I think we did it.
I think that was fantastic.
Unless there's any questions from anybody.
Does anybody have any questions? Please put them in all caps. You know how it is. And let me run a couple of banners because we didn't do it today.
Let me I did the same thing, Heather. I never know what the hell's going on.
For entertainment purposes only.
Well, I know that our wonderful gotta find the name.
Sorry, wrong one. What?
Just a second, I'm looking.
Hi, Ron. I was gonna pull a Sage Goddess Chakra card for.
Please do.
You mind? Okay, for all of us.
Please do. Do you want to pull a card for the collective too? What were you looking for, Heather?
I was looking for who our person watching over us on the
Viviani?
Yeah. She actually ran it for us a couple times at the beginning of the show.
Ran what?
That this is entertainment only.
Oh, thank you, Viviani. We appreciate that. Oh, yes. Okay, I understand what you were saying.
Hi, Viviani.
Yes.
Hi, Ron. Welcome, and thanks for being here. And
one for the collective.
If you've already got yours, go ahead.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
I got enhanced perception. Now, see, this is Saturn Pisces, right? Because it's going to enhance our perception. Access your inner wisdom, hidden deep in the well of your being. Hear the whispers and benevolent spirits, and see the visions of things yet unseen. When your intuition expands, your perception is enhanced, and you are able to fully transcend duality. In a multidimensional universe, we have access to many more tools and possibilities than we realize. Receive these gifts of clear sight and clear awareness. They are yours to work with and enjoy. And that's where we're going with
That's where we're headed.
Yeah.
I love that.
Perfect. Oh my God.
And I drew the Queen of Spring. Basically, we are all brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. And we know that because of who always comes back to us on the chat. But you need to believe in yourselves.
Yes.
Because we are all of us wonderful people, and we have wonderful people who want to help us.
I love that.
So maintain a balance between work and home life. But don't forget that you are wonderful, and so are everybody who wants to work with you. You have tons of wonderful people to work together.
Sounds like the collective is moving on.
Yeah. And that's a perfect card for spring, for Aries, right? For the spring equinox.
Right.
The Queen saying.
Right. Yep. I guess we'll have to get together for the equinox show too. Don't you think? You should come back for the equinox.
Sure.
Okay.
All righty.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, that's because, wow, this is powerful.
It's going to be a big one this time, I think. It's going to be a really powerful one. Everybody in the chat room, it's time for us to go. Thank you so much for being here. Valerie, your star. We just love it when you come to visit.
I explain a lot of the
And
stuff
she explains it so well.
Yes.
All of us
We
that can
appreciate it.
understand. Yeah.
Yes.
We just want to tell you guys to go out and shine your light. Send out love to those that need it the most, the people
Including
that you don't
yourself.
like. And don't forget to include yourself.
Exactly.
We need to spend more time taking care of ourselves. So, love to all of you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you, and you know how much we love you. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.